welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to cook a stuffed pepper skillet. I've already browned the ground beef, the onions, and the garlic, and I've drained them. And we've returned them back to the pan. I've got everything on low heat. We're going to go ahead and add our bell peppers. I chose yellow and red. Recipe calls for red and green, but you do whatever you want to do. I don't think it matters. To me, they all taste basically the same. I actually like the red, the yellow, and the orange better than the green, and that was one reason why I picked those. I like them. I like the taste better. Okay, next thing. All right, we need to add 2 cups of rice. Let me get that over here. I use parboiled. It doesn't stick really, so we like that a lot better. And we're gonna have 2 cups, but you can use any rice you would like, except for minute rice. I don't think that would be a good idea. But you probably could do it and get away with it. If you do, you probably need to do it kind of towards the end, because it doesn't take but a few minutes to cook. A big can of diced tomatoes. You can use fire roasted, but I just had regular ones on hand, so I just used those. For beef broth to cook our rice. And right now we're going to put all of our seasonings in. It says 3 tablespoons of fresh parsley. I use dry, so I'm going to do about 2. We need 4 teaspoons of Italian seasoning, 1 teaspoon paprika. Recipe calls for smoked. I'm just using regular old paprika. A teaspoon of salt and a teaspoon of pepper. Now, this is not freshly ground. This is just regular old sifted ground pepper that you get in the store. So I'm probably going to do about half of a teaspoon. So what you're going to do is you're going to stir all this together. You're going to cook this until it boils. Then you're going to reduce it to a simmer and let the rice finish cooking, which will be another extra 15-20 minutes. Sorry, y'all, I almost forgot that I needed to add some Worcestershire sauce in. You need 4 teaspoons of that. Give it a quick stir. I'll see you back here when it's starting to simmer. Okay, y'all, so I'm done. Everything's ready to go. Rice is finished. All right, so now you are supposed to take a combination of cheddar and pepper jack cheese. Well, I don't have any pepper jack, so we're going to just use cheddar, and you need about 3 cups. And you sprinkle this on. And all you do is you put a lid on it, and you let it sit and let the heat that's already there turn off the burner and let that melt it. And I'll be right back, show you what it looks like. Y'all, this was just a few minutes with a lid on, literally about 3 minutes, and it's all melted. It's ready to serve. It was really easy to do. I basically mixed everything together, stirred it, walked away, come back every 7 minutes or so to check it, make sure it was good, and then just kept doing it. Parboiled rice is really good for something like this. We don't like our rice to be sticky, and that's like the perfect rice for something like this. You may choose to do a different type, and that's fine. But it was really fun, real easy, and I'm sure it's going to be good. Okay, y'all. See y'all next time. Today, we are going to do a new recipe called chicken mozzarella pasta. I don't know if you've ever cooked with sun-dried tomatoes before. Every time I have, I just did not like the taste. So this is going to be another recipe that I try to see if maybe, this will be a winner. They come in oil, and you'll have to drain off and reserve about 2 tablespoons. If you see that it looks like my measurements are a little bit more than that, I'm doubling my recipe. You'll use about 4-ounce jar for this. This was an 8-ounce jar because, like I said, I'm doubling it. I reserved 2 tablespoons of oil, or 4 tablespoons in my case, and I chopped up some garlic. You're supposed to saute both of those in the reserved oil for about a minute, and then use a slotted spoon to pull the tomatoes and the garlic back out. So what's left of the oil, you add just a little bit of garlic. Whatever's left of the oil is left in the pan from the tomatoes, you need to add a little bit of olive oil to that. and go ahead and cook your chicken. I went ahead and cut mine into bite-sized pieces. You don't have to do that until after it's cooked. It's up to you. You need to salt and pepper the chicken, a little salt, and I'm going to put this paprika on it. So the recipe says just to cook this just about a minute on each side of the chicken. Like I said, I went ahead and chopped mine up. So I'm going to cook it a little bit longer, then I'll remove it. Basically, why that is because they want the sauce and everything to kind of get into the chicken. So we're going to kind of braise it a little bit, and then we're going to take it out. We're going to put it back with the cream and everything that goes with it. I've already got my pasta boiled. It's sitting off to the side. I needed to reserve some of the pasta water. You'll read the measurements down below into the recipe. If you're just making the recipe just the way it is, it'll be 1 cup. If you double, it'll be 2. So I've already reserved 2 cups of pasta water. I've already put everything back in the pan as far as the chicken goes. And I've got a bigger skillet too. Okay. There's the tomatoes and the garlic. Put them back in the pan. And I need to add the half and half. Now, I didn't have half and half, so I just did heavy cream and a little bit of water. And so I may end up having to add a little bit more water before it's over with. It may be a little bit too thick, but we'll see when we get there. Right now, trying to get my fire back up. The recipe says go ahead and add the cheese with the chicken in there. Hopefully it's going to turn out good. I don't know. We'll see. So it needs to be brought to a steady boil, and then we'll have to reduce the heat. And that was mozzarella that I added. And then after we get this here, it's gonna get bubbly and cheesy and everything. You're gonna add a little bit of the pasta water in because you're trying to reduce the cheese sauce. And you're gonna also put the pasta in here too. Okay, y'all. So I've added back the pasta into the sauce. To me, it didn't really thicken. You know, it was the first time I'd ever made this. So yeah, the cheese melted, but I don't see where it made a sauce. Just made this real thin, creamy sauce kind of thing. It didn't really thicken. I'm gonna pour a little bit of the pasta water in here like it suggests, but to me, it just seems like it's already too thin. So I'm not really sure what they were going for here. I'm not real sure. I'm sure that my family will eat it, and I'm sure that a lot of this sauce will get absorbed into the noodles or the pasta, so I don't have to really worry about that. So I'm going to me, if I was asked, the sauce should have been made without the chicken and everything in it first, and then add that back, and that is not how the recipe was. So, but now, like, the cheese is sticking to the meat, and it's going to be okay. You need to add a little bit of basil. To the tomatoes had a little bit of Italian herbs in them. And I'll go ahead and add red pepper flakes. And then we're going to add some crumbled bacon. Now, if you've been on my channel long enough, you know I use the real bacon pieces a lot of times because it's the same thing. And I don't have to cook it. So it kind of saves me a step. I don't think it's supposed to be like this. Alright, y'all. I'll see y'all next time.